What's up? Welcome back to the Coming Relentless podcast. I'm your host, Danielle Kusenberger, and I'm with
Noa McCabe.
And we here are going to do a short, motivational, inspirational episode. I got a DM from one of the incredible people who support the podcast, but also just he has so much input on our podcast in general. And I asked him what topic he would like us to go over, and he gave me this quote, and I'm going to read it. The quote it goes something like this. You're the hardest worker in the room until you meet someone who's working harder than you. You always think you are doing everything you can to reach the goal until someone else shows up and is doing more than you. I know this quote is much longer than what he gave me, and there's like a whole thing that goes with it, but he gave me those two sentences, and honestly, when I read that, I really got chills because it's very true. We always think we're the best or think that they're working harder than someone else or XYZ until someone else shows us what working harder looks like. And there's two ways to go about the emotions that you feel when you see someone who's working harder than you, or see someone who has a better physique than you, or see someone who is giving more to your passion than you are. And the emotions at first might feel negative, because a lot of it's either envy or jealousy, which I think can be very positive. But if you choose to look up to this person or those people or this thing and not only admire their work, but also follow in their footsteps, it allows you to become a better human and better teacher, a better learner, a better coach, and a better competitor. And I also believe being a student of the sport or of anything means that you have to put yourself in a place where someone else is always better than you. And that's the most powerful thing you can do as a competitor, as anyone within their journey, within their career. Any thoughts?
Yes, I think this quote is so true, and it also ties back heavily to you are who you surround yourself with, but that also applies to your environment. So just real life example, I used to train at a 24-hour fitness in Colorado, and it served its purpose. I'm not saying that it was horrible, but it wasn't the best environment. I was the best looking fitness girl in there, point blank. And nobody was there to push me. There were like big muscular guys who I'm friends with. I love them, but they were also bodybuilders, but they were like open men bodybuilding, or they weren't competing. They were just like powerlifter, like big guys. They didn't have the same goals as me. They were happy to spot me and happy to cheer me on, but there was not a single bikini pro at that gym that I could look up to, that I could strive to be like. And I moved here. And when I first got to factory, I was literally intimidated every single day. I was so uncomfortable because you train hard as fuck. Emily trains hard as fuck. Everybody there had these banger physiques, and I'm like peak off season, and I'm a pro. And I was like, I feel like a shrimp. I feel like a small fish in a big pond. And it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Best. Because I was so uncomfortable and I was pushed daily, going to do my cardio, getting my steps, training to be better than I was previously. And my progress was insane. Like from that point on. And so same thing now. Like I moved downtown, my business is thriving because I put myself in a position that's very uncomfortable.
That's also, I know you'll relate. That's why we train at Lyft now. Because at Los, love the people there. There's a lot of great physiques. There's no one that's an IFBB pro Olympian. And there's no one that's an Olympian at Lyft either, but there's so many athletes there who are striving to be the best competitor against all of us as well. And there's Justin and there's Emily and there's a
vibe at Lyft
that you can't find anywhere else.
Exactly. It's competitive. It is. We are all striving to be the best there. We all have incredible physiques, but it's more so like you look around, everyone during their set is going balls to the wall. You cannot drag your feet through your workout. Like it would just be so obvious.
At Lyft, you cannot. You will feel uncomfortable dragging your feet. At any other gym here,
you could cruise.
You can drag your feet and you'll feel fine.
You can
won't
go
feel
through the
uncomfortable. You'll feel
motions.
comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But at lift, you won't feel uncomfortable. I mean, comfort, you'll feel uncomfortable. So that's one
And
of the
that's
most
what pushes
powerful.
you. And I really like that quote too, saying like, you can think you're the hardest worker in the room until you enter like a new room where there's somebody else doing it better than you. And I like what you said, that instead of taking that negatively and taking it personal almost, or turning it inward and being like, wow, I suck, like I'm actually not that great, and like making it a negative thing, you can use it to lift yourself up and be like, oh, they're doing what I want to do and they're doing it better. How can I learn from them? And just putting yourself around that is so incredible. And I promise, if y'all seek out environments, people, places, ways that challenge your comfort zone, you will see progress much faster.
Mm-hmm. I will say too, I don't want to give too much detail because it's a personal thing, but the beginning of this year obviously is very different than the end of this year right now. My last year and a half of bodybuilding, I made no progress at all. My last successful bodybuilding show was Battle of Texas and Nationals of 2021. 2022, didn't make much progress, got hyperthyroid, a lot of ups and downs there, which hyper is nothing but like that's not no one's fault. That just happened. Beginning of this year, it's no one's fault except mine. I put myself in the situation that I was in. When I chose to change my environment, where I live, who I'm around, who I'm friends with, what I do on my weekends, what I do on my alone time, what I think about, who I listen to, the music I listen to, what I do for fun, what my outlets are, where my dopamine spikes are, all these things. When I changed every single thing, that's not only when my business grew, but one of the most passionate things that obviously is bodybuilding. So if my bodybuilding progress is sucking or decreasing, my respect for myself is decreasing as well. So once all this changed and my bodybuilding progress improved, my respect for myself improved as well. So it's crazy. Like you said, like when you really change your environment, it changes you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be the hardest working one in the room or in your life.
You shouldn't be. That shouldn't happen. You should push yourself to be around other people who are better than you, working harder than you.
That's why.
Because it will propel you.
That's why when people want to do things alone within their journey, like bodybuilding per se, they don't want a team, they don't want support, they want to do it alone, just prove to themselves that they can do it because they're so badass. It's actually holding them back more so because they don't have anyone that's better than them in their life. They're the best ones. But I had to learn that.
And that's what's so fun about life. It's such a journey, it's such a process, and we all change and grow and learn and evolve. And sometimes you have to really suck to become better.
Mm-hmm. And watch yourself. Like one thing with me, and I think you'll relate, there are people that are way better than me around me. But I have this, whatever you want to call it, limitless belief in myself, which I think is very powerful for all of us to have, that I promise I'll be better than you. You're better than me now, but I promise I'll be better than you within time. And that's not the fact that I want to beat you. It's the fact that I want to show myself that I can elevate better to the level of success that I see right now, which is where you're at, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I always think like if they can do it, so can I, and I can do it better because I'm on my way up the mountain and they're standing at the top.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see what I see. I'm coming.
Always got to believe in yourself more than anything, honestly. And if you have dreams too, a lot of people don't chase after their dreams because they think they cannot. But if you have the dreams in the first place, there's a reason why you have them, and it's because you already believe in yourself that you can achieve them. Don't put yourself in a victim's mentality. We could go on about this, but today I hope you got motivated by everything that we've said and within the last 7 minutes that this episode was. If you're the hardest working one in the room, find a different room. If you're the hardest working one within your friend group, the most success, the one that's the best, get a different friend group. You can still support your friends, but find a different friend group.
Hey, mic drop.
We'll see y'all next time. Stay relentless.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Becoming Relentless. We hope that you leave this podcast feeling really relentless. That's what our goal is here. Please leave us a 5-star review. If you want to reach us, you can reach us through DM. My Instagram is Danielle Kusenberger. Noa, where can they find you?
My Instagram is Noa McCabe _IFBB Pro. And our Becoming Relentless podcast Instagram will also be linked in the bio. Make sure that y'all keep coming back every week. Like, share, subscribe. We love being tagged in your stories. And as always, leave us a comment, any questions, and we'll catch you on the next one.